Welcome, everybody. Thank you for joining us at our Employee Time Off Manager for Acumatica webinar. My name is Khadija Siddiqui, and I'm the Marketing Manager at Evron Computer Systems. I wanted to let everybody know that before we get started, this webinar is being recorded and will be available in the next day or two on our website, www.evron.com. So feel free to pass along this information to managers or colleagues or whoever may be interested but couldn't be here today. Okay, so let's get started. Tracking employee absences and their time off requests is essential. So today we'll be showing how the Employee Time Off Manager, or also known as ETO for Acumatica, can benefit your business, regardless if you have 10 or over 100 employees. I'll be introducing our presenters in a minute. Who will then cover key aspects of the features of ETO, a demonstration of the application, a quick summary that includes sharing our own experience with ETO, and end things off with a Q&A session. Just a reminder that we're here to help, so please submit any questions that you may have in the chat box located on the right. And one of our experts, which I'll introduce in a minute, will be happy to answer at the end. If we happen to run out of time, then our consultants will reach out to you afterwards and address your questions then. So going on to our presenters, these are our in-house experts. Our first presenter is Greg, who is our senior consultant. He'll be walking you through the module's features and pricing. Then we have Monica, who is our senior consultant as well. She will show us how the module works. And last is our very own Vice President and CTO. I'm sure many of you know him, Sunny from Evron. He'll be wrapping everything up for us and at the end. Now, without further ado, I will hand it over to Greg. Hi, Greg.
Hey, how are you doing? Let me just get my screen shared. Either way, I'm going to jump ahead and start with trying to describe who's going to benefit from the employee time off module, and of course, who's going to benefit from this session itself. So first and foremost, it's going to be people that work at or manage small and medium-sized businesses with sufficient staff to warrant putting in place some way of tracking and planning vacations and other time off, whether that be banked overtime or sick time. Plus, they will either be using or considering the use of Acumatica Cloud ERP. So the ETO module is embedded in Acumatica, so that is part of what you're going to be seeing today. Now, the question of why put in employee time off at all is because it gives small businesses the opportunity to cherry pick an HR feature that every company needs. So labor, vacation, that is actually mandated, and of this list, it's probably the only one that is that has government mandates. So they can cherry pick just this one feature without the expense of all of the features. On the right column, these full HR packages are their own separate package. They can be fairly large, they can be fairly expensive, and they will connect into Acumatica on these first 4 lines, but with either API integrations or with file transfers. But the ETO module is embedded right in Acumatica. So it's written in Acumatica's XRP framework, and it does give you just that time off portion and the employee self-service, and that time off being the one that is mandated by the government. Last thing about it is economical. So it is designed that it starts at $100 per month, and that includes 10 employees. But for larger enterprises, it's only an additional $2 per month per employee to run this. And getting it set up and running is less than $1,000. So again, very economical where if you were looking at the full HR packages, you'd be into more than that for any one of these particular modules. So I have one more slide to walk you through before the demonstration, and that's going to be talking about the modules and processes inside the ETO package. It all begins and ends with the master data and reports. So there's an employee profile, which will say which employees have which entitlements, how much vacation do they get, how much unused vacation do they have from previous years. And there are there's a master calendar where it records what vacation was taken, what vacation is planned. So when an employee wants to submit a vacation request, they can see their own entitlements and they can see their own schedule. So they'll enter a vacation request, and the system will immediately send an email alert to their manager. Their manager will receive this email in their inbox. They'll have a URL link in that email, so they can click to that link, open Acumatica, and view that request. And then after viewing the employee's profile, make sure they have the time and view the calendar, make sure that it works. They can approve or decline that request. And when they do so, the employee will immediately get another different alert. It's an email saying that this request has been approved or denied. Throughout all of these processes, they are real-time in Acumatica, not outside of Acumatica. So everything is up to date to the minute. So you don't have to worry about refreshing calendars or any of those things. It simply does that all automatically. So now we're going to have Monica take us through the details and actually show you the screens and walk you through it.
Hello, everyone. I will start by showing you the user interface and how, as an employee, I can enter a time request in Acumatica. As you can see, I am here logged in as Eric. So I am Eric, and I want to book some vacation, but I am not sure how many vacation days I have left. In this case, I can run a report that will give me the information that I need. So let me open up the employee profile report. Here we go. I bring up my name in the employee field, and I run the report. The report shows me various types of time off that I have taken during the year. I see that I have taken 1 personal day, 1 sick day, and 6 vacation days. Because I am entitled to 15 vacation days, and I also accrued 1 day from the previous year, I have now 10 days left. This is good news. Now I can go ahead and request more vacation. I'm going to show you that in a moment, but before that, I want to mention that this report is also available on the mobile app. This way I can, at any time, use my phone to check my time off balance. So now it's time to go ahead and book some time off. I click on the employee time off menu, and once I click on this list, I'm able to see a list of my previous time off requests. I see the sick day, I see the personal day, and I see my vacation. These screens are also available on the phone application. If I want to put in a new request, I press the plus sign on top, and you notice that my employee name is filled in, the same with my department, and at the moment the status of my request is on hold. Let's fill in some data. First, I will need to enter the description of my request. For this request, I will enter vacation, August 2021. Now I'm going to specify the days that I'm requesting. To do that, I press on the plus button in the request details section, And the next step is to select what type of time off request I want. I have here a list of personal days, sick days, and vacation days. This list is configurable. In the configuration settings, we can specify additional types if need be. For example, an administrator could add in lieu time to this list. Right now, I'm going to select vacation. And let's say I wanna book a week in August, the week of the 15th. But instead of choosing Monday, I choose Sunday the 15th. And instead of Friday, I choose Saturday the 21st. You will notice that the system is smart enough to calculate 5 working days, although I put in Sunday to Saturday. The same thing happens with statutory holidays. They will not be taken into account when calculating the number of days. Also, as a safety measure, the system will prevent me from entering the same days that I requested before. I can also request half days if the system is set up to allow half days. For now, I'm just going to request 5 days in August. And the next step is to save the request. Okay, at this point, I have the option to go back to my day-to-day job and come back to this request whenever I decide to actually submit the request. Or I can submit the request right now. Notice that the status changed to pending approval. And if I go to the approval details, I see that there is a record going to approval to Michael Andrews, who is my manager. So the request was assigned to Michael for approval or rejection. After I press the submit button, Michael receives an email to approve the request. Now, let me go into another tab where I'm logged in as Michael. And I'm going to show you the type of email that Michael receives. I am logged in as Michael, and I'm going to show you the type of email that Michael receives. So I see here an email from Eric to Michael that says the time of request 57 awaiting your approval. If I open this request, this email, I see the description that Eric put in. I see the number of days that he requested. I see that he requested vacation, and I see the range of dates. Also, at the bottom of the email, I see a link. If I am Michael, the manager, all I need to do is to follow the link, put in my Acumatica credentials, and the link will take me to the approval screen. I will now go to the approval screen with Michael. Okay, and here we go. I have another request from David from before, but for now, let me just deal with this new one from Eric. So I'm going to open the request. And I see that Eric requested 5 days in August. It is vacation, and it is the week of the 15th. Before I approve or reject Eric's request, I need to check a couple of things. First, I need to see whether Eric has enough vacation days left. I do that by pressing on the pencil beside his name. This brings up his employee profile. Once I'm in his profile, I'll go to the time off tab. I look at the vacation record, and I see that, yes, Eric has 10 days left. He's only asking for 5 days at this time. So from that point of view, all is good. The other thing that I need to know is if I have a backup for Eric for that week in August. To do that, let me check my employee time off calendar. Because as a manager, I look at this calendar all the time. I have it open on another tab. So here's the calendar. Let me make it a little bit bigger so we can see. The calendar shows a list of the employees on the left side and the list of dates on top. Also highlighted in green, we have the Saturdays and Sundays, and the same with July 1st, which is Canada Day, statutory holiday, is highlighted in green. This makes up for a nice visual. I can see my work days delimited by the weekends. The blue rectangles represent the days off, and the light purple are half days, as we can see here in the legend. But it seems that I have the July calendar open and Eric is asking for a week in August. So let me run the calendar for August then. I go in here, I select August. I could select the week of the 15th because this is what Eric asked me. But you know, I want to get a bigger picture. So I want to see what's happening in August. Okay, well, August seems to be pretty clear at this point. So therefore, I know that I have a backup for Eric. I have somebody who will fill in his role for that week. That's all the information that I need. I know that Eric has enough time. I know that I have somebody to fill in for that week in August. So now I can go ahead and approve his request. I go to Action, and I have here the option to approve or reject. If I were to reject his request, then I might be prompted for a reason for rejection if the system is set up for that. But I'm going to approve his request. Okay, I see now the status changed to approved. And if I go to approval details, I see details regarding this approval, including the date when I approved it. Once I approve Eric's vacation, Eric will receive an email stating that his vacation was approved or rejected in case when it was rejected, along with the reason for rejection. Let me show you the type of email that Eric will receive. I go back to the emails, and here we go. We have your time off request 57 has been approved, an email going to Eric. And in the body of the email, it says just that his vacation has been approved, but you know, we could have the rejection reason in here. So we have now seen the flow from entering the time off request to the approval process and the emails that go back and forth. One more thing that I want to show you is the employee time off dashboard that we developed for the ETO module. This dashboard shows the same information as the time off calendar in a different format. I have here the employees, I have the dates on top. In addition, it displays a list of the employees who are off the day. This way I can see at a glance who is not available today. This is also available on the phone application, so I can check that application at any time to know who's not available. This concludes my presentation. If you need more information, please contact our sales reps to arrange for a more detailed demo. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, Monica. Again, our consultants will be more than happy to give you a personal in-depth demo of our module. Simply reach out to us at info@evron.com or click the Contact Us button at the top of our website at www.evron.com. Now that we've gone through most of the ins and outs of the ETO module, I'll hand it over to Sunny, who will talk a little bit about Evron and our experience with the ETO. Take it away, Sunny.
Okay, so thank you very much, Monica. a great demo. Khadija, thank you. So quickly, you're seeing about Acumatica. I think you're getting the sense of the XRP framework which we use. So all this application which Monica was demonstrating was created on the Acumatica's framework. So very flexible, and we are very proud of it. Our real strategy has been mobile first, access from anywhere. And those were the two reasons where we picked actually Acumatica. I want to talk a little plug for our infrastructure practice. Many of you are working with us on the Acumatica side. We truly appreciate it and appreciate your feedback. But we do have a infrastructure side where we work with Microsoft on the Azure and the O365, Cisco on the security, Lenovo, Barracuda. So just a quick plug on that other practice which we have. Some of you are already using those technologies and working with us, but just wanted to share if there is any help required. We've been in business for 37 plus years, and we have always done both sides, the ERP side as well as the infrastructure side, with a staff 55 plus now. So that was a little bit of a plug on the infrastructure side of Evron. But coming back to the important part of today, Acumatica and what we did here, I would put it this way. Clients have been asking, especially during this COVID, where they are working in this hybrid workplaces. People are not coming to the office. And especially another thing has been, and which has been true for everyone as well, I would call it time in lieu. People are working long hours, and employers have to compensate and take care and track that time. And that added another layer of, I would call it easy to track, easy to share the information, easy to approve the information. So many of our clients were asking, hey, what can we do? And as you're seeing, and I mentioned about Microsoft and O365, candidly, there was a thought maybe we can do the exactly similar thing or a workflow within SharePoint, which we have done for some other workflows. But here we thought this is more accounting financial type application. People are already using the Acumatica framework. They're already using the mobile. So why not extend this framework and get this application going? So that was the reason we picked Acumatica. But I wanted to share, so it's not just application which we built, we eat our own dog food. So we really deployed it internally. And I have to say, Monica worked hard with our own employees. So we have already done the beta testing, but the results have been great, because what we found, as Monica was showing you, that people can apply for the vacation, or it could be time in lieu, it could be religious holidays. We can apply some policies. Some need approval, some do not need approval. But what we heard, not only from the employees, the system, you could use it from anywhere, or the managers who could track or approve from anywhere, or to the controller who has a big sense of where we are. He is handling our HR as well. What we really found was employees coming back saying, you know what, this has been so helpful, because in the past I had to go back to the HR person, ask how much time is there or not, and go through that process. Here, all that information is available at my fingertips. I can find out how much time, as Monica was saying, is left in my vacation. How do I plan? What other employees are doing, so the supervisor can manage the employee time in a better way. So everything started becoming together, and just wanted to share those thoughts that we definitely feel not only the approvals and the information, but it is the information availability in an easy way using mobile or any of your web browser. That information was made available, plus flexible policies. So those policies can be adapted to your needs. So we are looking forward to have this installed. What we plan to do is our account managers will be reaching out. If you want to reach us, by all means, but we'll definitely be reaching out to you so that we can work out with you, so that we can quickly get this going for you and see how this can help your organization. That's my messaging to you. We are very happy to answer any questions, so we'll be opening the floor for any questions or thoughts you may have right now, or if you want to ping us. Khadija has already put the Q&A information. With that, Khadija, maybe I'll turn it over to you so that you can talk a little bit about the next steps.
Thank you, Sunny. That was great. So as Sunny mentioned, feel free to reach out to us. You can type your question in the chat box, or if you think of a question after our webinar, please feel free to email us at info@evron.com, or even through our contact us page. You're even, you can even tweet us your questions at Evron Computers. So going on to questions, I see that we have one, and it says, what about half days and hours? I'm wondering, Monica, do you want to take that question on, or Greg?
Yes, I can take the question. So the system is set up to record either full days or half days. So you have the option of actually setting it up for half days, and that means that the employee can request half days. We're not going as granular as hours at the moment, if that was the question. It's only the half days that we can record.
Okay, and we have another question. What if the boss that approves requests is on vacation?
Yeah, I'll handle that one. The whole approval process uses Acumatica's approval process. That's why we use the XRP framework. So approval maps can be as simple or as complicated as you want for your situation, so that you can have approvals are made by a specific person, or approvals are made by a work group or by a department. So the same as you would write an approval map for purchase orders, AP bills, sales orders, you'd write that into the approval map the way you want it.
Okay, and I think we have time for just one more question. Different countries and provinces have different statutory holidays. How does that show on the calendar?
I can take this one. So in the working time calendar, which is out of the box, the Acumatica calendar, we can set up different statutory holidays. So it's completely flexible. Any day that you would like to mark it as a holiday, it will come up as a holiday in the calendar. And also on the employee request, it will be taken into account as a holiday if we specify it like that.
Okay, thank you. Just a reminder that we're always available to answer your questions. You can always reach us through the Contact Us page at www.evron.com or email us at info@evron.com. You can also, again, tweet us your questions at Evron Computers. So that's all the time we have for today, and we would like to thank you for coming here. Thank you so much, Greg, Monica, and Sunny, for your presentation. And just a reminder that all webinar attendees will receive a Starbucks e-gift card in the next few days. So please keep an eye on your inbox or your junk mail just in case. But otherwise, feel free to get in touch with us at any times. Do follow us on Twitter, YouTube, Facebook, and LinkedIn. We're happy to connect with you there. Thanks again, everyone who was able to make it here today, and we hope that you see you soon. Enjoy the rest of the day.
Thank you.
Thanks, everybody.